IAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Houston Texans. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go from Jacksonville. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
154 right here.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Sunday. Move. Lucy. Lucy. 372. Lucy. 76. Go left. Lucy. At 54, Ricky.
They do go for it. It's Bortles. It's complete to Grant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
372. So left. So right, so right. Hank. Lucy.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Hey, spread right, smack. Lucy.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Hey, spread left. 372. Lucy. 3 and a touch.
Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 11. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And incomplete to open things up. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Escape, and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And now out come the Jags. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Lucy.
Bortles now on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 75 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Josh Lambo now for the point after. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes this a 9-point game. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead.
And this will be caught at the 30. A huge play there for Houston. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Richmond. Tiger.
Now a first down throw. Watson Flushed out right. And Miller with it over the middle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal. Here's Miller. Powers through. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do?
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans draw a bit closer. And the fake field goal works to perfection. You don't see it often, and they caught him by surprise.
And how about the guts to call it in that situation? Think you're going to get an easy 3? Instead, you turn it into 6.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Lucy. Hey, 54 Ricky. 54 right here. 372. Lucy. 3
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney merciless. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
All day, baby. All day. We coming all day.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
380. 354 right here.
Now Bortles. And complete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So right. 372. Hank. 11B. Lucy. 11.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. Dancing to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That goes for a gain of 31.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Lucy. So right. 372.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Forced out to his left. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Throw left.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Lucy. 73. Lucy.
Here's Bortles to throw. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They come after him, they've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a pickup at 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth. They are going for it. Here's Watson, buying time to his left. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down. On 1st and 10, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 43 yards. And the Texans are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Under a heavy rush, Rushing down he goes. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Throw left, throw left. Hey, 5-0, 5-0. 5-0, 5-0. Lucy, Lucy. Lucy, Lucy.
Shotgun now for Bortles. Sharks got it, left side. 23 yards on the play. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Move. 372. Lucy, Lucy. 11B, 11B.
Mike 41. You're going to waste that now. Go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
Lucy, Lucy. 72, 72, 72.
On first down, Bortles. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And now the Texans want to call another timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
380. 380.
Keep that tight. Keep that tight right there.
Move.
Go get him. Go get him.
Lucy, Lucy.
41's the Mike.
Hey, hold it, hold it, hold it.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble. He got hit as he threw it. The Jaguars on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be third and forever.
Green 80. Green 80. Lucy. Hey, 5-0. Hey, hold it.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A great return there of 22 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now Watson eluding the pressure right. He's going to that's caught inside the 20. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about,
this is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 67 yards. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans will extend their lead. And it's up and good. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception.
After the interception, here's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Out to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Gibson. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
11.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Hey, 54, Ricky.
Bortles to throw on second down. He's to the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Corey Grant, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. On second and 10, Watson. Now he'll throw deep left side. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 45 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's all right, it's all right. Lucy.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney getting him once again. His third sack of the afternoon.
Lucy. It's all right, it's all right. Hank. You.
On second down, here's Bortles. Flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hank. Move. Lucy.
Get ready.
On On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And he's got Moncrief. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
372. 11.
Check.
It's all right. Green, it's nice.
Bortles now on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Green 80. Spread left. Hank. Lucy. Lucy. Green, ignite.
Bortles going to throw. Looking long for Westbrook. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 53 yards. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Lambeau on for the extra point. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now a 1st down throw. Watson trying to lay one up deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with him.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 77 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
372. 73. Hey, hold it. 372. Go left. 372. They're 54 right here. Lucy.
To throw, it's Bortles. Flush to his right. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. J.J. Watt in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
11B. 11. 372. Throw left. 154 right here.
Now Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. And complete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. And all the way to the opposite 48. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 48 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Green 80. Move. Lucy.
Throwing is Bortles. And this is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Spread right, smack. Spread right, 72. Hank. Hey, hold it. Twist. Lucy.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Green 80. Lucy. Check 41. Throw left. 11. 372.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Looking long for Westbrook. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Green 80. Lucy. 11. Throw left. Lucy. Lucy.
Now Bortles, got to have this one. He's going to rifle one deep left. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 5. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Lucy. Hey, 5-0.
They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really...
And he is going to go down, back at the 11-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Green 80.
Now Bortles. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Austin Safarian Jenkins, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are back within a score. And his kick is good. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And here comes the Texans now. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Back 22.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Flushed out right. Caught left side, Hopkins. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Texans will add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Green 80. Green 80. So right. Lucy. 73. So left.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
Quick move by Miller. To the right side, complete to Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his...
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Spread right, 72. 372. So right. Hank.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game.
380.
Bortles will try again on second down. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
11B. 380. 372. Lucy.
From midfield, here's Bortles. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
76.
Bortles now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Hey, hold it.
Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38. And the kick here is good. But they're still coming up well short, and that is how this one comes to an end.
we don't do